As I said just about 1 month ago, we are under 30 days away from Cyberpunk 2077's release. Right now it's set to come out on December 10th, and personally myself, I'm feeling better about the release date as of late. I can understand a lot of people still having zero faith in this date, some believing that it's just inevitable that this game is going to be coming out in 2021, but CDPR, based on how they've responded the last couple of days to those concerns, I'm feeling better, and we're going to go over that later in this video. But obviously the big announcement so far today is that Night City Wire Episode 5 has been announced, and here on the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account it said, get ready for Episode 5. We'll talk about our favorite rocker boy Johnny Silverhand, share a variety of Night City tunes, and a lot more. It's going to be a big one. Save the date, Thursday, November 19th. I believe that's noon Eastern Standard Time, like all past Night City Wire episodes. As usual, this should not come as a surprise to anyone, but I will be live streaming this event on my channel, so tune in, come to the channel just a few minutes before the show begins. We'll go over some predictions, some early thoughts, and then we'll break it all down afterwards and watch it, of course, together. But regardless, we did get a new little teaser video here, and it looks like, well, we got our first look at a new mini game, and that is, I guess, roller coaster rides. We actually have some CDPR employees that were joking about this stuff on Twitter. Pavel Sasko, the lead quest designer for the game, said, "We have missed you. It's been nothing but a roller coaster in the past few weeks, but we are back with more Cyberpunk 2077 swag for you." Philip Wever, the senior quest designer coordinator at CDPR, said, "Cyberpunk 2077 story will send you on a real roller coaster of emotions. Sorry I had to. Check in on November 19th for some more information." Then we have another CDPR communication director saying, "Cyberpunk's promotion is like a roller coaster ride, but it's your choice to scream or join us and enjoy the ride." And then CDPR's global community lead Marcin Mamat confirmed the obvious, that it is a roller coaster ride. So one of my suspicions, and I think I made this prediction a while ago, but that this next Night City Wire episode is going to feature at least some details on the different mini games that we can play in Cyberpunk 2077. Throw some of your predictions down in the comment section below. One that has not been revealed, that's kind of been teased before, that I think maybe it'll be shown now, or maybe it is actually in the game, that is Pool, and I think that's going to be something that could be really fun to play against other NPCs at the various bars that make up Night City. Now, one of the things that I find interesting is that they say get ready for episode 5, not get ready for the last episode. So I still do wonder if we're going to see maybe one more Night City Wire episode, maybe just a couple of days before launch, going over some of the post-launch plans, like some of the immediate free DLC that we'll get, and of course the big single-player story DLC expansions that are expected to come sometime in 2021, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a tease at what the Cyberpunk multiplayer standalone game will be like. So that's just something that I wanted to point out. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I do think that there is at least one more Night City Wire episode to come. But for now, with episode 5 of Night City Wire, Marcin Mamat did also tease on Twitter that what he was referring to back in late October when he said just finished watching the latest version of the Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay trailer that's currently in the works, that was for the episode 5 of Night City Wire. And he also did respond to another question about if we're going to see more detailed PC specs soon, and he responded saying, "We are finalizing those internally, should not be too long now." Anyway, today we have some other big news to discuss, including CDPR kind of pushing back at some of the new delay concerns that have emerged, also some of the bizarre rumors and supposed insider leaks that have emerged as of late. And then of course we do have a new leak, this being the trophy list of Cyberpunk 2077. It accidentally was posted on GOG Galaxy by CDPR, and I will say this, it's not spoilery at all, it's just really gameplay related. There are a couple of very interesting things, but the main story ones, it seems like they're still hidden in secret. So if you're at all worried about that, don't be, but all kinds of various gaming websites are already talking about this, so I thought we'd break it all down and discuss it today. But as usual, before we proceed forward, if you do go on to enjoy this content and want to show your support for videos like this, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing for more, and turning notifications on so you do not miss out on any new videos. Also, if you want to further support the channel, check out my Patreon, and make sure to get geared up for this upcoming game by getting the new Samurai or Wanted t-shirt designs. If you're interested in getting the Cyberpunk themed tees, there will be a link in the description down below. Nonetheless, we'll start with the first news, and this was actually announced the other day, and a new Cyberpunk 2077 song has been revealed. It's called No Save Point by Run the Jewels, and they actually have a music video coming out tomorrow for it. Not sure what that's going to entail, but that'll be very interesting, and they actually revealed some very cool artwork that was made for it. You have the hip-hop group driving in some sort of vehicle with LP and Killer Mike, you know, gun blazing, getting ready for some action within Night City. But Run the Jewels' LP took to Twitter saying, "Huge shout out to the Cyberpunk 2077 game for giving us an excuse to write about a terrible, morality-free, technology, horror-riddled future that isn't quite happening already. Felt refreshing." And then CDPR's Philip Weber, again the senior quest designer, said, "No kidding, some of the things that happened this year would have been rejected as quest ideas back when we started the game because they'd just be too ridiculous to take seriously." And I think he's right on the money with that. I don't think anybody could envision what 2020 would be like, but here we are. Now, in some more Cyberpunk 2077 marketing-related news, we have CDPR's lead PR manager, Radek Grabowski, I hope I said that right. He took to Twitter saying, "A giant mechatronic hand resembling the one of Johnny Silverhand has been spotted recently at the Xbox Plaza in downtown Los Angeles." And yes, I guess if you go down to LA, you can take some screenshots with this. It looks pretty cool. But I will say that with all these marketing, all this stuff that's still going on, we talked about this about a week ago or a couple days ago, the fact that in Times Square there was huge advertisements sporting that December 10th date. It makes me feel better about the release date. But what also makes me feel better is about some of the responses to some of the concerns as of late. So this is something that was blowing up. There's been random insiders claiming that maybe a Cyberpunk 2077 delay is on the horizon. But as everybody's been indicating, I mean, CDPR staff didn't even know that the game was getting delayed. It was the executives in corporate, so it's very hard to believe any of these supposed insiders actually have a source knowing any of this. But regardless, this is actually really interesting. So somebody took to Twitter a couple days ago. They said, "Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account has not tweeted in 10 plus days, and the December 10th date is not in their bio anymore." See, the interesting thing is, CDPR just never updated their bio or their Twitter header with the December 10th date, but when these rumors started to blow up on Twitter, CDPR responded very, very fast. And what they did was, they updated their Twitter header with that December 10th date. So what that tells me is that they're feeling better about the release date, at least that's what it tells me. Now, I should also note that IGN actually got a response from CDPR about the Cyberpunk 2077 release date, in which they again reconfirmed the December 10th plans. And they said, "As a rule, we do not comment on rumors or speculation, but I will confirm we were just taking time to update all of our assets to reflect the new launch date of December 10th. So all of this, it makes me feel better about the release date, and I personally, right now, I do think that it's full steam ahead. Remember, Cyberpunk 2077 is already being printed on discs. It's past certification, the game has gone gold. What CDPR has been working on for the extra 3 weeks is the Day Zero patch. So I personally feel like this game is coming out December 10th. Now, in some more customization news, the Cyberpunk 2077 German account actually revealed some new details, and it said that it looks like you'll be able to change your character's teeth and nail length in the upcoming game, just like you could customize your body parts. The post also reiterates that Cyberpunk 2077's character creator does not offer binary gender options, meaning you can just fully customize your character to your liking, something that CDPR tweaked last year, which goes in line with lore. There was a bunch of nonsense controversy about that, but regardless, it looks like we're going to have some more customization options, which in my opinion, sounds great. But next, a certain billionaire gave his thoughts on Cyberpunk 2077, which actually raised some eyebrows. So Elon Musk, who actually has a connection to the game because his partner Grimes is appearing in the game as a major character as Lizzie Wizzy, he responded to a PC Gamer article which said that Cyberpunk 2077 merch is getting out of control, and Elon responded with, "I just hope this game doesn't twist itself to tedium out of fear of being cancelled." And I know that this is something that some have been concerned by for a while now. Personally myself, I don't think that CDPR is budging to the outrage mobs in terms of what the game's going to include and the subjects that they touch on, but if you at all feel concerned, December 10th, the release date is quickly approaching. But yeah, Elon Musk, this comment raised a lot of eyebrows. A lot of people were talking about it. What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comment section below. Moving along to probably the big news of the day, and that is the Cyberpunk 2077 trophy list has leaked. There are some hidden achievements, fortunately, so there isn't really any spoilers here. It's just mainly gameplay related. Although if you are at all concerned about, spoilers or don't want to know anything about this is probably the right time to turn away from the video. Just a heads up. But CDPR's quality quality assurance lead. This was about, I believe it was back in September. He confirmed that there was about 45 trophies. There was 1 platinum, 1 gold, 17 silver, and 26 bronze. And when he was asked about by another Twitter user how long the achievements took, he said that assigning a time frame for the playthrough was a tough ask, given ticking off all these Cyberpunk 2077 trophies was the fruit of a collective effort from the QA team. That's what we knew back in September. Now we actually have the list, or most of the list. And as CDPR's Marcin Mamont responded to me on Twitter saying, fortunately hidden achievements remain hidden, so there shouldn't be any heavy story spoilers out there. I can confirm that. Still, there are some that we'd been hoping would remain private until the release, and honestly that unfortunately just never happens. I remember actually, I think it was like 2 years ago with Red Dead Redemption 2. It was about 2 weeks before release, in which most of the trophies did leak, but again, the key story ones were blocked off. They were hidden so we couldn't see them, and that's kind of the case again with Cyberpunk 2077. So regardless, let's actually get to this list. So the first one, it's called City Lights. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in City Center. And then we have Full Body Conversion. Install at least 1 implant in each system and body part. Again, Cyberware is going to be a big part of our playthrough and figuring out our character. That's also something that kind of brings in replay value with going different routes with our character, just with that aspect. Right back at ya. Kill or incapacitate an enemy who threw a grenade at you. The Wandering Fool. Find all turret graffiti. Autojock, buy all vehicles available for purchase. Frequent Flyer, find all fast travel data terms. Gunfu, kill or incapacitate 3 enemies in quick succession with a revolver or pistol in close combat. Like I said, most of these are strictly gameplay related, so if you're worried about that, this is what's pretty much all here. And then we have another one, Gunslinger, shoot an enemy grenade in midair with a revolver. Master Crafter, craft 3 legendary items. We have not heard too much about crafting. I'm kind of hoping that in one of these final Night City wires we see some more detail on the customization and things that we can actually do as V. But continuing, I Am the Law. Complete all Cyber Psycho sightings. Again, these are like mini boss fights that we can take on. Mean Streets. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in Haywood. And I believe that each district actually has an achievement or trophy for this specific task, like the next one. Little Tokyo. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in Westbrook. And if you're unfamiliar with what these specific tasks like gigs and NCPD scanner hustles actually are, well, we actually had some gameplay, I believe it was just a couple of months ago. It's exclusively from German website GameStar, in which we see a gig in action, in which V is using a katana, and we see that he had completed a gig called Monster Hunt for a fixer, that being an unknown character name as Regina Jones, who said, "You made a real mess in there, didn't ya? Hell, I'm fine with it, gig closed, till next time, V," so we can get gigs from different fixers that make up this world. Now with NCPD scanner hustles, it's kind of self-explanatory. The Night City Police Department will put out objectives or tasks that we can take on. Like an example of a scanner hustle actually comes from IGN, who got to play a few hours of the game a number of months ago. They said, after I had upgraded a certain eye part, again, Cyberware is so key in this game, I was able to get more data after scanning people. Many are just random civilians, but some are affiliated with gangs or criminal activity and have a bounty on their head. You don't have to act on a bounty when you see it though. But to our next trophy, we have Christmas Tree Attack. Complete a breach protocol with a minimum of 3 daemons uploaded. Daemons, again, are certain hacks that we have at our disposal in our cyber deck. You have to unlock them. And I guess breach protocol, I'm assuming that's probably the hacking minigame that CDPR has been teasing the last number of years. The Quick and the Dead. Kill or incapacitate 50 enemies while time is slowed. Must be rats. Perform the distract enemies quick hack 30 times without drawing attention to yourself. Breathtaking. Collect all items that once belonged to Johnny Silverhand. We've already seen one of those before, that being his Porsche 911 Turbo, and I would imagine certain things like his glasses are probably some of the other objects that we'll be obtaining, and maybe there's even more like his guitar. The Wasteland. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in the Badlands. Damon in the Cell. Kill or incapacitate 3 enemies with 1 detonate grenade quick hack. Stanislavski's Method. Use a dialogue option related to V's life path 10 times. Also, just a small little Easter egg here is the quest name, in which it's a reference to the famous Russian theater practitioner who gained fame and influence for his system of acting. 10 out of 10. Reach the max level in any skill. Rough Landing. While Berserk Cyberware is active, perform a superhero landing to kill or incapacitates 2 enemies. The World. Complete the main storyline. Greetings from Pacifica. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in Pacifica. The Jungle. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles in Santo Domingo. True Soldier. Kill or incapacitate 300 enemies using ranged weapons. True Warrior. Kill or incapacitate 100 enemies using melee weapons. 2 heads, 1 bullet. Kill or incapacitate 2 enemies with the same sniper rifle shot. V for Vendetta. After reviving yourself with Second Heart, kill or incapacitate the enemy who killed you, and obviously that is an example of some of the cyberware that is at our disposal, the decisions that we'll have to make. It's Elementary. Complete all gigs and NCPD scanner hustles. And Watson, Legend of the Afterlife. Reach max street cred. And then secret achievements, and there's about, I believe, 12 secret achievements. These are likely story related, and thankfully these have not leaked. In total, there is said to be 45 trophies, most of them revealed here, and CDPR, this is just how they are. I think some people may be concerned, why is there so little trophies? Is the game a lot smaller? That's just not the case. For example, The Witcher 3 had, I believe it was 53 trophies, and you know how massive a game that is. CDPR is just not big with the trophies, but regardless, it does seem like people are going to be spending quite a bit of time trying to platinum this game. But anyway, that is the latest news on Cyberpunk 2077. Right now, the wait is for Night City Wire Episode 5, in which we'll probably get some details on mini-games, obviously Johnny Silverhand, and the tunes that make up Night City, probably radio stations, and the music that plays on them. It has also been teased by one of CDPR's developers that we're actually going to be seeing another Making of Cyberpunk 2077 German edition on Sunday, so what that'll include, maybe some new details, maybe some new gameplay in German. That'll be interesting to see. And then obviously CDPR has been joking around on Twitter about even the delay concerns, like KFC Gaming did a, I guess you could say they mocked what CDPR did with the infamous yellow screen of death. They said, "We have important news to share with you." And then CDPR actually responded saying, "We'd love to respond, but corporate approval team never got back to us, damn." So just some funny jokes around, but personally, again, I'm feeling better about this December 10th release date, but I know how most of you feel. I'm sure most of you have already written down in the comments that you won't believe it until the game is installed and you're at the title screen of Cyberpunk 2077 come December 10th. But anyway, the wait is hopefully almost over, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or if you found any informative value, and make sure to follow my other social media accounts for updates on new videos. Links are always down in the description below. I'm most active on Twitter, giving opinions on news that I do not always get into video form, so do make sure to follow me over there. Also check out my Discord for all sorts of discussion on games, and again, thank you for joining. Consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.